Mrs. Kendra Gaither from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much for organizing this special meeting with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and the U.S. Nigeria Parliamentary group. From the U.S. Chamber's perspective, what are the top priorities when it comes to engagement with Nigerian lawmakers?
I'm glad you asked, Paul. For the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, our U.S. Africa Business Center team, we're focused on strengthening the business partnerships between the nations of Africa and the United States. And so that involves a whole of society approach. That's not just business to business engagement, but that's business to government. And the legislatures play a key role in setting the policy agenda and the rules that allow companies to be able to invest. So it was vital to be able to hear directly from the U.S. Nigeria Parliamentary Friendship Group, the areas they're focused on, and to know that there's partnership in attracting investment to Nigeria.
And how can American companies, in your perspective or from your perspective, benefit from the increased trade and investment with Nigeria? You know, Nigeria is one of the largest economies on the African continent. So what is that selling point for American investors?
I think it really comes down to innovation and leadership. Nigeria is known not just as the largest market on the continent, as you know, with more than 200 million people, a population that is continuing to grow as economic growth is also happening. And so people recognize very well that there's innovation that comes out of Nigeria, be it from the creative sector, be it from the digital space, the fintech space, which has been a very attractive market for VCs and other investors. There are a panoply of areas in which people connote Nigeria with innovation. And so that's one. But Nigeria's longer growth story has involved a variety of industries. We talked today about agriculture. We talked about energy. We talked about infrastructure. All of these are areas where Nigeria has opportunity, and American companies would be pleased to partner.
And finally, before we conclude, international relations, the future, U.S. Nigeria. How does that look like in the coming years, especially with the new administration focused now more on inwards, should I say? What does international relations with U.S. and Nigeria look like?
It's a great question. So I like to tell people all the time that the Africa policy community is a bipartisan community. It involves our executive branch and our legislative branch. And I think across the board, there's a strong recognition of the importance of Nigeria as a market, as a partner. And so I think in this administration, just like the last and the administrations to come, there'll be a strong focus on U.S.-Nigeria relations because it'll be important from an economic, political, commercial landscape. And so I'm thrilled that we get to play a role, the U.S. Chamber and AVC Nigeria, in strengthening those economic and commercial bonds that will be a building block for the partnership.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Gaither. And we look forward to this U.S.-Nigeria bond and strengthening of the relationship. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We look forward to it too.
Yeah.
Thank you.